there's an article on how to date yourself.
I saw that.
Well, how you date yourself is all your Seinfeld references.
Yeah, that's it. I was literally about to say something along those lines.
I got to it first. Woo! Woo! So they go, how to date yourself and why you should. And all of it is like just like a girl doing normal stuff, but
I mean,
calling it
by
a
the way,
date.
I like to just add maybe an improvement to this title is how to date yourself and why you should tell anybody about this.
But it's basically a girl being like, she goes, to help you navigate the world of dating, begin your journey by first dating yourself. It's also way more reasonable when a girl says all this bullshit. When a girl's like, yeah, I took myself to the movies and the things. Like, when a guy does it, it does start to feel a little serial killer-y.
I mean, this is,
I'm taking myself on a date.
There's just no serial killers women, so they get a pass.
If you've had a hard time dating because you've been rejected or constantly disappointed, well, if you're saying this because you're ugly, then it's like, instead of getting in shape, why don't you find someone that's okay with you?
Again.
And that person's you.
Women self-advice is never improvement.
No, this is good. You go to the therapist and you're like, listen, like the last 3 guys like weren't attracted to me and I'm so overweight. And you go, I think I have someone that might be interested in you. And you go, who is it? He goes, you. That's like a prank you pull on like an ugly chick where you're like, hey, I have it. My friend's really into you. And then you're like, oh, meet him there. And they go there and it's just you. And you go, who's the friend? And you go, it's you. You're going on a date with yourself.
It's like a glitch in Tinder where they show you your profile and then you swipe right on yourself.
It's just you again. You can own these. It's only showing
just,
you yourself.
Only show yourself.
I got the perfect person for you. It's you, chubby. They're a little overweight. I mean, a little gross. No one else really wanted them, but you might want them. And then you go, oh, well, then why would I want them? I go, well, now you know how everyone else feels because it's you. Because I'm talking about you.
Fucking mental.
It's time to, if you're not meeting the right type of partner, it's time to look inward. Barriers to dating yourself. Well, it seems a little self-indulgent. It more seems weird than self-indulgent. It makes sense. The autosexual is like, once you get to the sex, it feels a little like weird. Yeah. This part just feels a little like sad.
This is sad. This is sad.
Yeah, it feels a little sad.
This is sad.
You go, I just went on the greatest date last night. It's only not sad if you're like, people do like you. If you're like, if dudes are like into this chick and she's hot and she's like, oh, I'm going on myself a date. It's like, oh,
you're like hot crystal lady.
Yeah.
And she goes, I'm done dating like toxic dudes. I'm dating myself. But she's like a rockin'. You go,
but yeah, exactly. But if you're like remotely ugly and guys aren't into you and you're like, dating myself, you're just like, I'm sorry, ma'am.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, madame.
I have a friend who maybe you can talk to.
I have a friend who will smash you at least. That friend is also me.
That friend is also you. So. It's you in a wig.
You're like, oh my god, that's so sad. I can just take over for the smashing part of the date.
With that,
you go on the date with yourself, and then I'll just meet up with you after. You know, your chick's like, I think we haven't done anything lately. We should go on a date. And you're like, have you heard of this article? It's like, you should take yourself on a date, but obviously you can't have sex with yourself. So I will do the honor of just showing up at the end of the date.
The smash part.
I'll show
like
up
a Cyrano de Smasherac.
I'll show up for the smash fest. While it sounds a little self-indulgent, it makes sense to date yourself and go deep to discover who you are. Some reasons might feel uncomfortable with this concept might include, so some of the reasons people don't like this, societal messages might interfere by saying dating yourself is selfish. It is, she keeps saying like this thing of like, people might think I'm selfish. It was like, no, they think you're weird.
Nobody will think you're selfish.
Yeah, if you go to like a dinner at a fancy restaurant, get dressed up, and then order food, and then like order yourself drinks, then take yourself to like a show and go home. When you're sitting in that restaurant by yourself as like a woman that's like not particularly attractive, no one's looking at you being like, look how selfish she is.
Hell no. And if you find someone who thinks you're selfish and that man is a dude, like go on a date with them, I guess.
Yeah, because he sees the good in you, yeah.
And he's also as cooked as you are.
Yeah, it's not selfish. It's like kind of sad.
Yeah,
Fear might stop you from dating yourself. So you're maybe afraid. You're like, what if I don't like myself? Your own self-judgment might become an obstacle and the desire to connect better with yourself. So maybe you look in the mirror and you're just like, want to go on this date, and then you look in the mirror and yourself goes to yourself. He goes, You're gross.
Yeah,
You're a pig.
You're talking to yourself. Just so you know, I don't put out on the first date. It was like all this stuff.
Just so you know, I don't put out on the first date, and then your other self is like, well, you better put out if I'm dropping the money. Well, maybe I won't drop the money. Date's canceled.
I love like doing all the bullshit that's like kept you single to yourself in the mirror. You go, just so you know, I'm not some fucking prostitute, okay? And you're like, well, this is why you're single in real life.
You're doing all the stuff the guys didn't like in the first place.
To yourself.
Yeah, you're just looking at yourself in the mirror, like fucking telling some annoying stories about work that no one wants to hear. It's out loud. You're talking to yourself.
Man.
Self-care. Begin your exploration by taking care of yourself. This could mean pampering yourself with baths, candles, and massages. So that's not dating yourself, taking a bath.
I mean, yeah, the ideas are like, I see these ideas, solo date ideas and activities. I go like, so you mean just living? Like, this is just living.
Go to a restaurant by yourself. It's like, you can just do that without being on a date.
What do you think about this solo date idea? List your core values.
Is that one of them?
What a fun date.
Fun date idea where you sit there by yourself, and I guess you're just like, interesting.
Well, I mean, I could see the problem too is if this person's so lost about dating and then they say like, well, if this is
they're going to be a bad date.
But if this is a fun solo date idea, this is going to be an amazing real date idea.
Hey, yeah. Why don't we list our core values?
I brought some paper and pens.
Fun first date.
This dude just like wants to fuck.
So these are lists of date ideas, they said.
Which is crazy. List the people you most admire and write why you admire them. And you go, well, I guess me.
I guess me again, yeah.
Me again, yeah.
And then what about you in the mirror? Also me?
Also me. And then you're in like a fun house kind of and you go, also me?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, me too, I guess, yeah. You and me?
Yeah, that's a legit crazy person at that point. So these were also spending too much time alone. You maybe don't think this but you probably never tested it that hard. But if you spend like a crazy amount of time alone, it 100% makes you weird.
A lot of time alone?
Yeah. I've been my weirdest when I've been just like editing in a room by myself. But I think that's everyone. Like anyone that spends a ton of time alone starts to get weird.
Yeah, I think so.
Because humans aren't like meant to just, that's why like solitary confinement it's like the worst punishment.
Nuts. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. No, I like a good balance. I prefer like a majority of my time to be alone, but I think everybody is.
Nah. Not necessarily. So? I mean, I'm actually naturally not that, but because of what I do for like a job and all that stuff, it's like I need that alone time to think, to do stuff properly.
Of course.
So it's like I actually need it. So it's like I'm sort of changed my brain chemistry to want it, but it's like if I was like on vacation, for example, like let's say me and like 9 guys went to vacation and I had nothing to do with work and I was just in that zone, I would not need any alone time.
Yeah.
It's the only reason I need alone time is because of like I have to be able to think to do my job properly.
Yeah, see, I would still want some alone time.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Yeah.
If I was rocking out,
yeah, I would still want some just to maybe decompress or something.
I might want that, but I don't think like if say you put the TV on or something, I don't care if someone's there.
Oh yeah, maybe not. Yeah.
So their ideas were dress up and enjoy a meal at your favorite restaurant. Go for a leisurely walk in a beautiful park, which is not a date. It's just a normal thing that anyone would do.
Yeah.
I went on a date last night. What'd you do? I went for a walk. It's like, oh yeah, it's pretty normal to go for a walk.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing is that makes you crazy to call that a date.
That's what makes that crazy.
And then it makes it even crazier when you say that it was with yourself.
Well, the next one's actually a pretty good suggestion. Buy yourself popcorn and attend a movie. I've done that. Nothing wrong with that.
I haven't done that in a long. I don't know the last solo movie I went to.
I went to one on tour, I think.
Yeah, more of a solo sports guy.
There is not.
But even still, not really.
Nothing. Absolutely nothing in the world wrong with going to a movie by yourself. The people will tell you that's weird, especially if you
matinee is for sure fine.
If you have a job that like you're kind of free during the day and work at night or something, yeah, going to like a matinee by yourself is the most fucking reasonable thing to do in the world.
Absolutely.
Underrated.
Yeah, matinee is underrated, especially on a hot day. Go to the aircon.
Go into the aircon, get yourself a dog, get some popcorn.
Catch a summer blockbuster.
Blockbuster. Not a horror movie, then it's starting to get weird.
Yeah, that is weird. I'm not a big horror.
Action movie. Expendables 9. List the people you admire, and that was the other one that you said.